Welcome to the Story Vault, where every tale is unlocked. From myths and legends to horror, fantasy, life stories, and real events. Every story has a place here. Now, let's open the vault and begin today's story. Have you ever wondered why it feels so impossible to put your phone down, even when you know you should? Why you find yourself scrolling at a.m. when you promised yourself you would sleep early? Why children as young as 7 or 8 seem glued to their screens, ignoring the real world around them? People often blame themselves. They say, "I have no self-control," or "I just like being on my phone." But the truth is much darker. The truth is, the world's most powerful companies have engineered your phone to make you addicted. This isn't just about technology. This is about power, control, and money. Behind the glowing screens in our hands lies a hidden war, a war for our attention. And in this war, big tech companies like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter are the generals. Their armies are made up of psychologists, neuroscientists, data scientists, and engineers. Their weapons are algorithms and notifications. And the battlefield? It's your mind. Let's imagine a teenager named Ayan. Ayan wakes up in the morning, and before brushing his teeth, he reaches for his phone. One notification from Instagram says, "You have 3 new likes." He smiles, opens the app, and suddenly, he's stuck scrolling for 20 minutes. Then he checks TikTok. Just one video, he thinks. But one video turns into an hour. By the time Ayan gets out of bed, he's already late for school. His mind is scattered, and his body feels tired. But big tech doesn't care. Ayan's wasted hours profit for them. How does this happen? Because social media apps are designed like slot machines. Every time you refresh your feed, it's like pulling the lever of a slot machine. You don't know what you'll get. Maybe it's a funny meme. Maybe it's a friend's update. Maybe it's nothing. But the unpredictability is what hooks you. Your brain gets addicted to the maybe. It craves the possibility of a reward. Psychologists call this variable reinforcement. It's the same technique casinos use to make people gamble their life savings. And now, it's being used against billions of people every single day. The algorithms make this addiction even worse. Algorithms are like invisible puppet masters, deciding what you see and what you don't. They know exactly how long you watch each video, what kind of posts you like, what makes you angry, what makes you laugh, and what makes you stay online longer. If you pause on a sad video, the algorithm notices. If you click on a celebrity scandal, it notices. If you get into an argument in the comments, it notices. And then, it feeds you more of that content to keep you emotionally hooked. Think about it. When was the last time you searched for something online, and then suddenly started seeing ads everywhere for that exact product? Or when you thought about buying something, and the next day, video recommendation popped up about it? It feels like your phone is reading your mind. In reality, it's even scarier. Algorithms are predicting your behavior with frightening accuracy. They know you so well that sometimes they show you things before you consciously realize you want them. But here's where the dark reality becomes dangerous. Big tech doesn't just care about selling you shoes or phones. They sell your attention to the highest bidder. Advertisers pay millions to get access to your eyes and ears. Political groups pay to spread their messages. Conspiracy theorists use the same system to push lies and misinformation. And the algorithm doesn't care if the content is true or false, healthy or harmful. It only cares about one thing. Will it keep you online longer? This is why fake news spreads 6 times faster than real news on platforms like Twitter. Because fake news is more dramatic, more emotional, and more likely to make you click. And the more you click, the more money big tech makes. Meanwhile, societies are divided, families fight over politics, and entire communities are misled. Now, let's talk about the human cost. Families across the world are breaking apart, not because they don't love each other, but because screens are stealing their time. A father comes home after a long day of work, but instead of talking to his children, he scrolls through Facebook. A mother sits at the dinner table, distracted by WhatsApp messages, while her child tries to tell her about school. A couple lies in bed, each staring at their own phone instead of looking at each other. Slowly, silently, love and connection are replaced by digital addiction, and children suffer the most. Imagine an 8-year-old girl who posts a picture online. She waits for likes and comments. If she gets many, she feels happy. If she doesn't, she feels worthless. Her self-esteem is tied to the opinions of strangers on the internet. This isn't just sad, it's dangerous. Rates of depression, anxiety, and even suicide among teenagers have skyrocketed since the rise of smartphones and social media. Studies show that the more time young people spend online, the more likely they are to feel lonely and unhappy. But big tech doesn't care. They knew this would happen. In fact, whistleblowers from companies like Facebook have revealed that the company's own research showed Instagram made teenagers feel worse about their bodies, their lives, and their mental health. But instead of fixing it, they hid the research. Why? Because sadness, insecurity, and anxiety make people use social media more. The worse you feel, the more likely you are to scroll, hoping for a distraction, a like, a comment, anything to numb the pain. And every time you scroll, they profit. So, what does this mean for the young generation? It means children are growing up with their brains rewired. Instead of playing outside, they sit hunched over screens. Instead of making real friends, they count followers. Instead of learning patience, they crave instant gratification. Their ability to focus is shrinking, their creativity is being crushed, and their mental peace is being destroyed. They are growing up in a digital cage, carefully designed by corporations that see them not as children, but as future consumers. And what about the internet itself? A place once imagined as a source of endless knowledge has now become a weapon. Cyberbullying, hate speech, dangerous challenges, fake gurus, scams, explicit content, all are just a click away. Children stumble onto violent or harmful videos. Teenagers are manipulated by influencers into buying products they don't need, and adults waste years of their lives lost in digital illusions. The internet has become a reflection of both humanity's best and worst, but the worst is amplified. Because negativity spreads faster than positivity, now, let's pause for a moment and ask, why don't governments stop this? Why don't they regulate big tech the way they regulate tobacco or alcohol? The truth is, many governments are either too slow to understand the technology or too dependent on these companies for power, money, and influence. In some cases, governments even use social media algorithms to manipulate their own people. Data from Facebook and Twitter has been used in elections, uprisings, and propaganda campaigns. That means your phone isn't just a tool of entertainment, it can be a tool of control. And here is the darkest part. Most people still believe they are free. They believe they are making their own choices. But in reality, the invisible hand of algorithms guides every step. When you choose a video, the algorithm chose it first. When you feel angry at a post, the algorithm made sure you saw it. When you spend an hour online, the algorithm designed it that way. We live in a digital illusion of freedom while being quietly controlled. This is the hidden truth about phone addiction and big tech. It isn't just about wasting time. It's about losing control over our minds, our families, our societies, and even our future. And unless we wake up, unless we take back control, we risk becoming nothing more than slaves to the screen.